welcome to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Rob and Kristina 𝗵𝘃𝗪𝗧 of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. To our viewers at home, do you often wonder how you're going to take your steady paychecks that you've worked your entire life and you get them either weekly, bi-weekly, or once a month? When those paychecks go away, you'll be responsible for generating your own income stream. Well, where does that come from? Today's show, we're going to talk about that, just building your income plan in the retirement years. You don't want to miss today's show. Rob, how are you today?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
It's so good to see you. Happy to have you on the show. And Kristina, I'm so happy to have you on the show.
Great to be here with you always, my dear friend.
So good to be together. And I love today's show because obviously, when people are going into the retirement years, navigating into the retirement years, they're so used to having that steady stream of income that comes in just consistently. They go to work, they get paid, they come home, and it's kind of like the hamster wheel. But then all of a sudden, retirement comes, and you're responsible for generating your own income. So, Rob, I have a question for you. What are the biggest challenges that you see folks facing when they try to generate income for themselves for retirement on their own?
Absolutely. So over a long period of time, people had pensions, or many people had pensions. So combine that with your Social Security, and typically they didn't have to transition much. It went straight into, I have income coming in on a monthly basis to be able to pay those bills and be able to just keep up with what I was used to doing, or what they were used to doing. Now pensions are almost gone, and they've taken all the tax incentives out of them. So we're left with Social Security, and we're left with our lump sum savings. So how do we turn that lump sum savings into a constant stream of income? That's important for a lot of people out there. So one of the things that we see from time to time is either goes two ways. You know, they have enough money to where they don't want a steady stream of income because they have some in reserve that they can utilize, or they have a different stream of income, or they have to take it out lump sum and lump sum. And we think it's funny because some people out there, they will pull a bunch out right off the bat and get into different things and maybe pull a little bit more than they had planned for. But more times than not, the funny thing is, people will call us and say, can we purchase this? And it won't be a big purchase. And then one time I watched Kristina, it was funny. Kristina called somebody and says, you need to take that vacation. When we go over their review and we pull this information, we just get to know them. We know what they want to do. So we know all the challenges, all the things that they want to do in their life, and it's really important for them. So some people are a little hesitant to take that push and maybe spend that money. Sometimes we have to be that little push.
I think it's great that you're that little push. There's nothing better than getting a call that says, go on vacation or go shopping. That's the best. Kristina, I'm going to ask you a question. When it comes to the challenges of inflation, market volatility, all of the other things known as the sequence of return risk, if you will, there is a study that I want to talk to you about today. I have to put my glasses on for this. This is the 2023 Schroders U.S. Retirement Survey. They surveyed 2,000 U.S. investors nationwide to learn more about the state of retirement readiness and planning. There are key concerns regarding retirement, the current sentiment among those that are already living in retirement. Here's what they said. 49% surveyed said that they do not have a retirement income strategy, that they will just take the money from their accounts when they need it. 57% said they were concerned about not having regular paychecks in retirement, and 23% said that they were terrified. Kristina, in your experience, let me ask you, what happens to folks that do not have a written income plan?
Well, that fear is probably a lot higher percentage with the folks that I see. Running out of money is the #1 thing that people are concerned about in retirement. Folks, I want you to think about retirement for just a moment like a bucket. So you've got this really big bucket and it's all of your life savings built in here. When you retire, you're going to poke a hole in the bottom of that bucket and it's going to be your income stream coming from all those savings. You definitely need a spigot of interest to continue to go in the top. There are many other holes in this bucket. For most of us, the largest hole is going to be taxes. A lot of us have saved our money pre-tax, and so about 1/3 of that money doesn't even belong to you. What about volatility of the market? What about fees? What about inflation, healthcare? All these items together. So if you don't have a full written income plan, you don't have a plan at all.
No, and it explains why so many people would be terrified without one, especially in the economy that we're in currently. There's so much unrest going on. So a written income plan really is peace of mind for the viewers at home. It truly is. And then, Rob, with so many things going on in the world and so many things going on in the market, one of the things that people need to figure out, of course, is creating that reliable stream of income. In the past, we always talked about the 4% rule, but you don't use that with your clients. Let's talk about why.
Well, it's a rule. It's a rule of thumb. It's not necessarily a rule, and there's different things that could derail your retirement plan if you just look at 4%. And that rule basically states if you pull out 4% the first year, take that amount and then adjust for inflation as you move on each year, then you shouldn't run out of money. But you have to take into consideration taxes as well. Are the tax rate going to be the same now as it is tomorrow? It's very important that we keep all of this information together and understand what possibly could go wrong with that rule of thumb.
Absolutely, especially with inflation. Is 4% even close to being applicable right now? I mean, would it be more like 6%? It's just crazy when you think about it. Outdated. So, Kristina, I should ask you a question. A lot of factors go into building a solid income plan for your clients. No income plan that you build would be exactly alike. Talk about the personalization that you have with your clients.
Well, the first thing inside of an income plan is that we need to build a plan that is what you need. So I really hate to use this word, folks, but we need to use the word budget. You've got to have a budget. What is it exactly that you need to cover to keep you comfortable from month to month in retirement? And I don't want you to feel like you're living month to month, but just what is it that makes you comfortable? So once we get that established and you're thinking about what are those full income needs, then we're going to talk about the fun stuff. What is it that you want? Now, one of the things that a lot of people don't really understand is behind the scenes, I'm actually doing something that a lot of people don't know about until it happens, which is I'm planning inside of your plan for you to spend more money than you planned on, because I know it's going to happen. Those honey-do lists are extremely long when you very first retire and you want to travel, get out there in those go-go years and make sure that you're enjoying yourself. And I see more people spend money in the first couple of years than any other time in retirement.
Sure, they have the energy, the excitement.
Yes.
And let's talk about what happens when there's a grandbaby that arrives.
What? That grand budget? That doesn't exist. Grand and budget? No, 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 no. My grandson, the answer is always yes, especially when it's like cookies for breakfast or something like that.
Yes, which we talked about is a balanced meal. You've got milk, flour, eggs. Well, it's balanced.
Wait a second. Our grandchild can't even talk yet, so she's already planning out the cookies for breakfast.
He does. He says, I'm good.
Yeah.
Always plan in advance. You have to, right?
That's right.
Well, Kristina, you and Rob have a very special message to present to our viewers at home today. Let's spend some time talking about what that is before we take our first commercial break.
Yes. Folks, I know that in retirement, you are worried about your income too. Is it going to last the rest of your life? What does it take to build an income plan? And do you have all that together? Do you know what's really going to happen? We would love to offer you folks that written retirement plan, an income plan. And this is no cost, it's no obligation. That's just absolutely silly to charge for something like that. The way you get a hold of us, that number at the bottom of the screen or the QR code, you can also jump onto yourpowerfullegacy.com. And you can jump on our calendar. While you're there, in the upper right-hand corner, visit the retirement tax bill calculator. That's going to be just a small piece of the retirement plan that you can kind of take a glimpse into the future.
Kristina, thank you so much. Rob, thank you so much. To the viewers at home, the number to call is on your screen, 877-893-5099. You've worked your entire life to get to the retirement years, and you deserve to have peace of mind, especially when it's considering creating a sustainable income for your future. You need to have the right tools in place. Have the income plan drawn up for you. All you have to do is call in 877-893-5099 or click on that QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. We're going to take a very short commercial break here on Your Powerful Legacy TV. Don't go anywhere. We're talking all about building an income plan for your retirement.
So, Kristina, one of the things that we hear all the time is, when should I start drawing from our retirement accounts?
You know, that's a loaded question. We get a lot of those, don't we?
We do.
Folks, I don't think that there is any one answer for when is the best time to withdraw the money from your retirement account. It depends on several things. First off, how old are you? If you're under 59 and a half years old, did you know that on those pre-tax retirement accounts, you could end up paying a 10% penalty? Watch out. Have you started your Social Security? Did you know there's taxes on Social Security? All those items? When's the best time to even start your Social Security? That's important. Then when it comes time to actually withdrawing from your retirement funds, should you withdraw from that first? Or perhaps let your Social Security grow a little bit more? Folks, what if you had the ultimate plan? What if you knew exactly when to draw down so you knew you wouldn't run out of money? That's what we'd love to talk to you about. Come in and see us, Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. We'd love to let you know, are you on track?
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Rob and Kristina 𝗵𝘃𝗪𝗧 of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. And we're talking all about building a retirement income plan for your future. I think this is very interesting because people have to figure out how to start pulling this money from the different accounts. And when you're busy and you're in your working years, you're probably worried about just that. You're worried about your working years, and you kind of go into a phase where you're working, you're paying your bills, and you get up and you do it again. But all of a sudden with retirement, you're responsible for creating your own income stream. And a lot of advisors out there are really good with helping people accumulate money. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's when you're in your working years. But Rob, I have to ask you a question. What do you do at Powerful Legacy that's a little bit different than other retirement planners, from other financial advisors, if you will?
Sure. One of the things that we specialize in is decumulation. And like Kristina says, AKA spending money. We want to make sure that you don't outlive your money, but you need to have that stream of income coming in. So when everything is looked at, and you're in that retirement red zone, you need to make sure that you're not overspending and you have everything that you need to provide you for a long, steady, healthy life in retirement. And with that, you have to make certain decisions. You have to have somebody in your corner to be able to plan this out for you. And to have somebody that does it every day is very important for your financial future.
Because it is two totally different types of advisors, correct?
Yes, most advisors, they are helping you build wealth throughout your life.
Yeah.
And when you take a look at that, the transition to decumulation of money, it has to take into more than just your money. We look at your wants, your dreams. We look at your Social Security. We look at tax advantages or disadvantages. We look at vacations that you want to take. We look at grandchildren. So we pull everything about you into our plan. That's why it's so different than many plans that are out there.
Rob, thank you. Kristina, I want to talk to you a little bit about when people come into the office for the very first time. When you're building an income plan, where do you start?
So again, I want to go back to that B word, budget. We need to make sure that you know exactly what your budget's going to be. I want to break income down into 3 different buckets, folks. So the very first bucket, just hear me out a moment, is going to be a spending bucket. Love that. So that's spending for right now. This bucket is generally going to be liquid, so that's the whole point. You can get a hold of the money. And you're going to have paychecks going into it. So a lot of times this will be checking, savings, money market CDs. Again, money that's more liquid, easy to get a hold of. And you want to try and see 3 to 6 months plus a little bit of emergency if that's needed inside of that bucket. The next bucket over is going to be your Wall Street bucket, stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds. This is where we manage your risk tolerance. What is your risk tolerance? That will be a major calculation that I'm going to help you figure out and make sure that it is completely on track. And then as we're growing that money, you're going to have the difference between your risk and reward, your standard deviation. Inside of that risk and reward is going to also determine if we gain this amount, what can we expect the bucket to grow to? So we're going to be very conservative. I never like to say that we're going to be close to the market, because what is that? Never ever talk to someone who says, I'm going to beat the market. That's ridiculous. We want to give good, realistic expectations. Make sure, again, that we're just getting what you need. That last but not least bucket is going to be your growth bucket. This is income for the future. We also want to see if we can turn that on as a stream significantly later, maybe with some multipliers to help hedge against long-term care, and maybe doing some Roth conversions inside of that bucket too. So 3 different places. A lot of times you'll see it in a bank, a little bit of Wall Street, maybe some annuities, insurance companies. So many different ways to start that income plan. Everyone's is completely different.
Absolutely. And again, let's reiterate, where does the income come from that someone needs, just for their basic needs?
So first off, I'm seeing Social Security as about 36 to 40% of the average retiree's income. In Central Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio area, folks even down in Tennessee, a little bit less earnings. So I'm seeing that percentage a little higher for the need because the savings has been less. Then we bridge the gap from the Social Security amount to what the final need is, usually with the savings that you have acquired, your 401ks, 403bs, 457s. How do we decumulate that in a tax-favorable situation to make sure that you're going to have the income that you need?
Kristina, thank you. Rob, what about when it comes to the strategy? How is it different for income that someone wants, the fun money?
The fun money. You know, this is one of the reasons why we ask all of these questions up front. And we don't just ask financial questions. We ask about what your wants and your dreams are because we try to get in front of your wants before they get here. That's how we get to know you and be able to determine that. And it reminds me of Kristina's book. On stop 5 of this book, she talks about the marshmallow experiment. And this experiment was done, I think, in the 60s?
It was.
So you put a bunch of 4 to 6-year-old kids in a room, individually, have a plate, 1 marshmallow.
Okay.
They can eat it, but if they wait 15 minutes, they can have a second one.
Ooh.
Can you imagine the temptation from a 4 to 6-year-old child on that?
Absolutely.
So folks, we give this information away. Kristina's book is wonderful. It's for every stage of life, and it's great to have a read for everybody. And we provide that to you free. Information for us, we've made a decision a long time ago that information should be free, and we provide that to you. So what we're going to do right now is we've got a plate here, and we've got a marshmallow for everyone.
Oh, boy.
And we're going to put this, and we're going to wait till the end of the show. And then we're going to see how many marshmallows are left. And if we're good people, then we get a second one.
Okay, can we make s'mores? That's the question. We need graham crackers, and let's have Hershey.
It's not a bad idea at all.
Let's do it. That would be awesome. Oh,
I'm
my
eating some of
goodness.
mine right now because I saved really good, so I already know I've
She
got
doesn't get
something in the
hers, folks.
future. So I can have my cake and eat it too.
There we go. I
Going
mean, that
down.
makes perfect sense. Why not?
That would be my youngest son. He probably would just eat the first marshmallow, doesn't care if there's another one coming. In retirement, I see a lot of that too. There's instant gratification that's desired. And I know I love instant gratification. Shopping online, boom, add to cart. You know it's coming. That is so satisfying.
Yes.
But in retirement, this is a marathon. We have to make sure and plan out that your income's going to last your lifetime. So we want to give you that instant gratification, but we also want you to have that peace of mind knowing that that next marshmallow is always going to be there.
Absolutely. And what if there is a retirement income gap? What are some solutions, Kristina, for filling that? What if your sources don't meet your income needs?
Well, then you have to change your lifestyle. It really is that simple. That's not fun to talk about, but sometimes people end up selling their home. I do see a lot of folks who, next to your retirement account, your home is your greatest wealth. That's very common here in the United States. So having to sell your home to be able to make up the difference, that's one of the ways that we see that happen.
Okay. And Kristina, I'm going to let you eat the marshmallow, but there's a very special message that you're going to present to the viewers at home. Let's talk about what that is before we have marshmallows.
Yes. Folks, this is so much fun, and I know you love seeing this. As I hold the marshmallow in my hand and it's halfway eaten, it makes me think about what if your savings was halfway eaten through, but you knew you still had plenty of life left, or you hope you have plenty of life left. This is such a great worry. The number one worry that I see is running out of money in retirement. I know you're worried about it too. We would love to offer you a blessing of our time, a complimentary consultation. Come in, talk to us. Let's make sure that you're going to be on track and you're always going to have those marshmallows coming in month after month. It will make retirement extra sweet. Just call the number on the screen, click that QR code. You can jump onto yourpowerfullegacy.com, set an appointment with us. We can't wait to see you.
Kristina, thank you so much. Rob, thank you so much. To our viewers at home, the number to call is on your screen, 877-893-5099. There's never been a better time to take control of your retirement future. Call in today, 877-893-5099. We're going to take a very short commercial break here on Your Powerful Legacy TV. Don't go anywhere. We're going to find some graham crackers and Hershey bars, and we'll come back and make s'mores. Stay tuned.
Better is just better, but it doesn't begin without a plan. Better, it's the American way. From a better house, a better career, to a better life for our kids, Americans strive for better. When it comes to your retirement, what does better mean to you? Better income, better lifestyle, better solutions. A better retirement begins with a financial plan. To get your complimentary financial plan, call the number you see here. It's your retirement, an opportunity for better.
Welcome back to Your Powerful Legacy TV. My name is Cynthia DeFazio, joined today by Rob and Kristina Pepperling of Powerful Legacy Insurance and Financial Services. And we're having a great show today. We're having fun, but we're also delivering quality information to you, the viewers at home, about building your retirement income plan, which is really important. This show is always all about you. Rob, I have a very important question for you about inflation, because so many people in the viewing audience are concerned about inflation. You go to the grocery store, everything is higher, gasoline prices are higher, airline fares are higher. So how do you build in a plan that helps to suit the inflation needs that we have here in this country?
I think before we do that, we have to talk about the overall inflation. We keep hearing one thing, a 1% number, but what is it in your household? When we take a look at everything being delivered in this country, it gets delivered by a truck, right? Well, if fuel prices are up for trucks, then the overall cost of the goods are going to be up. If we look at the individual price of parts, whether it be on your automobile or lumber or things for your home, which are your two largest expenses, then all the materials go up as well, which in turn raises the price on the overall product, whether it's your home or your auto. At that point, we have to look at the value raising. Taxes go higher.
Yes.
So taxes are now included in this. We look at your utilities. We look at everything that's going on in your life. It's more. It's more than everybody's talking about. And it's very concerning for us. We want to make sure that everybody is aware of exactly what's going on in their household. And my biggest suggestion to you is, if you ever used to use that Click It tool and pick up your groceries at the store, go back 2 or 3 years and see if you can pull up the same list and see if you can order that same exact number of items. What does that total change to? That's going to put it a little bit more in perspective, just your grocery bill.
Yes, yes, I agree with that. So a good plan will always factor in inflation. I'm sure a lot of viewers at home are asking themselves, do I have a plan that factors that in? But that is a key component, correct?
Yeah, come see us. We'll show you if you have that factored in, and we'll give you advice on anything in the future. But yes, inflation should be always factored into your retirement plan, because it's such a big, impactful thing, along with taxes.
Absolutely. Kristina, I want to ask you, how do you help your clients avoid risk with their income?
When I think about risk, I think about how can we guide around it so you don't end up getting harmed. And it makes me think of a Sherpa. A Sherpa is just a guide. And when I think about inflation and taxes, taxes are the hidden inflation, inflation's the hidden tax. We know it's going to be there. So as a Sherpa, for so many people that are navigating these very difficult times, I want to ask you folks a question. Just hear me out for a moment. Do you think taxes are going up or down in the future? I know all of you said up. Everyone tells me I think taxes are going up. So that should be part of the plan. Worst case scenario, the taxes don't go up and you have more money. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. You're very right. Absolutely. So, Rob, I should ask you a question. The benefits of having a written retirement plan, a written income plan, they're so numerous. If you had to summarize for everyone who's watching today, what would you say?
Well, when you look at overall financial planners, people that help you with your investments, it's something they do on an everyday basis. The studies show that you have a much greater chance of having a greater increase in retirement on your finances with a financial advisor. They help you look out for not only pitfalls, but what are the opportunities out there? And those opportunities could be great for you, and you're just not aware of what to look for. That's why you need to seek somebody that's got your best interest at heart.
And having that written income plan, does that also help you factor in your tax liability, what that could be in the future?
Oh, it better, yeah. I think taxes are very important right now. We just don't know exactly how much they're going to go up, what's going to happen, if they're going to go up. Right now, there's a huge unknown, and it's going to be like this, I believe, for a while now.
But a lot of people are getting ping-ponged. We've talked about that over and over. Folks, I'm seeing people that are really worried about taxes, and they go to their financial advisor and say, you know, hey, what's my tax plan inside of my full financial plan? And they're like, oh, that's your CPA. Your CPA does that. Then the CPA says, go back to your financial advisor. Yeah. That's not the way that should be at all.
We had that happen
Absolutely.
just last week.
huge.
Yeah, and it happens all the time. But last week, when you said that, that kind of struck it in my brain on the person that came in was talking about it. They were very passionate about it too because they just felt like they were getting the runaround.
That's one of my favorite things about Powerful Legacy. You need to understand, no one person knows everything. If they think they do, you are definitely in the wrong room with the wrong person. It takes all of our powerful partners. It takes lawyers and CPAs and Medicare specialists, obviously tax attorneys sometimes. Sometimes we need to go a little bit more in depth and you need more protection on your overall legacy, maybe a trust. So all of those things combined, folks, we need to make sure that you have everything you need in retirement. That's one of my favorite things about us. It's all in-house. We all have it.
All in-house. And again, Kristina, please enlighten the folks at home that the statements that are coming out of the mailbox, those are not plans. They don't tell you what you can spend. Talk about the difference. And someone is saying, you know what, I have a plan. I have it right here in my hand. It's from the mailbox. Share your thoughts on that, please.
Oh my gosh, I've got this gentleman that came in not too terribly long after I'd opened my firm, so this has been several years ago, and he came in with a pillowcase full of unopened statements and dumped them on my conference room table. Here's my plan. I'm like, we need to open these. Do you even know how much money you have? He's like, I don't want to know. That's okay. This is very normal. I mean, I understand the fear. I mean, a lot of people think it's going to be like a root canal. No, it's not. I know you're going to enjoy the visit with us. It's going to be very fruitful with information, and that's exactly what you're going to leave with, information. Are you on track for retirement? Yes or no?
Kristina, thank you so much. And Rob, you have a very special message to present to our viewers at home before we say goodbye. Let's spend some time talking about what that is today and how it benefits the viewers.
Absolutely. We would like to provide you with your personalized on-track retirement plan. When you come in, there's a lot of effort, there's a lot of time, experience, and knowledge put into this. And if they're all individual, tailored directly to you, there's no one size fits most. It's only for you. Kristina and I were both raised in households where you didn't have to do anything. You either did it to the best of your ability, tried to be the best, and got better, or you didn't do it at all. We also believe in old school customer service, service that we used to receive a few years ago that we no longer see anymore. We're very prideful of that. And that's the way our operation is, to provide the best customer service possible. So to get your free on-track retirement plan, pick up the phone, call the number, click the QR code. It's time to claim your on-track retirement plan today.
Rob, thank you so much. Kristina, thank you so much. And to our viewers at home, I can personally attest to what Rob just said because I had the pleasure of talking to many of you on the phone when I received client testimonials. That number to call is 877-893-5099 or click on that QR code at the bottom corner of your screen. That will take you right to the landing page for Powerful Legacy. Be safe, be happy, and be blessed. We'll see you back 1 week from today. Take care now.